Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
I want you to be yourself. When you were a toddler, you saw people walking and you started emulating that. And now you can walk, you can probably dance. Because you've seen somebody do it. And now you can even create your own dances. So modeling somebody doesn't make you a fake or a copy of them. It helps you become a better version of you.
Stay fly, stay fly. You're listening to The Fly Guy Show. They do everything on the fly and in such a fly manner. Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
Hey, this is Ernie Thomas here on the Bold School Podcast. You're listening to Seko-Varner's Fly Guy Podcast. Support, like, subscribe, and share. He's saying some good things. Share it. Don't keep it to yourself.
All right, Stallion Nation, how's everybody doing today? All right. Hey, I'm Seko-Varner, and I used to work here at Green Run. I was the access advisor. Now I work for Tidewater Community College. One of the things that has come to me with my new position is I've learned about the jobs that Virginia has. The state of Virginia has so many jobs that we can't fill. We have to bring in people from New York and from Florida and from Maryland because we're not necessarily preparing you for the jobs that we have. And in studying that, I learned something. I learned that I want you to be a lot more valuable and a lot more powerful than I think most people teach you to be. And so my message today is I just want you to be powerful people. And so let me tell you this. I found that there are three categories. There's people with little power, there's people who are valuable, and there are people who are powerful. And I want you to be powerful. So let me give you an operational definition. In other words, let me tell you exactly what I mean. So powerful people are able to hire themselves and anybody else they want to do whatever they want to do. They can hire themselves and anyone else they want to do whatever they want to do. Valuable people work for powerful people. So if somebody in your family has a job, in most cases, they're a valuable person. And coming to school makes you a valuable person if you finish. And then we have people with little power, or people who have little value. So we have powerful people, valuable people, and people with little value. So here are the operational definitions. The powerful can hire themselves and anybody else they want to. The valuable people work for powerful people, and the highest level of value is influence. And then people who have little power aren't able to hire themselves. Now, let's take this picture very quickly. So we have Mark Cuban and Draymond Green, right? Cuban is powerful. Why? Because he's able to hire people like Draymond. Now, this is not if you like Golden State or not. Valuable because he works and he's valuable enough to get a great paycheck. So keep this in mind. A lot of times we use the word powerful, and I want to make sure we're using it in the same way. Valuable people work for powerful people. When I talk about valuable people, it includes everybody up there. Athletes, workers, leaders, politicians, teachers, religious leaders, presidents. They're all valuable people. How do you become valuable? It's education, skills, and experience. So this whole conversation is conceptual. I just want to give you something to think about as you continue your time in high school. Powerful people have the resources to do whatever they want to. Influential people can get other people to use their resources to follow their vision. And positional power, that's a person who's placed in a position. Mr. Tarkington is the principal of our school. That's a positional power play. Because of the position that he has. Donald Trump is our president currently. President Donald Trump is our president. That's a positional power. Although President Trump does have real power because he's able to hire people. The people with little value, and this is the part that really disturbed me because it kind of describes some of my family members. It kind of describes some of the people that I love and care for. They're not able to hire themselves. They can't get really good jobs. And if they get a job, a lot of times they keep losing those jobs. You might know somebody like that. This is the reason why I'm having this conversation, because we have too many people who are like this. Many of them we love and we want them to do better. And the way we can make sure that things go better for them is you become powerful. Next slide. So, I want you to be powerful. So let's give an example. Raise your hand if you have an example of somebody who is powerful. Okay, somebody said Jesus. I'll come back to that one. That's a great example. That's a really good example. But someone else. Your mother. Okay, who said my mother? Raise your hand. Okay, good. Stand up for me. Okay. What makes your mother a powerful person using the definitions that I just used? She says she tells me what to do and I have to do it. All right, using the definition I just gave you, that's influence. And a parent should be give your mother a round of applause, give her a hug for me, give her a kiss for me. She's a great person doing an influential job, raising a great person. All right, that's influence. Yeah, give it up. Clap for moms. Clap for your moms. All right. Good. But a powerful person can hire themselves, employ themselves, engage themselves, and anybody else they want to. So a lot of times we might think of our parents as being very powerful, and they're very influential. I need us to be more powerful. So let's talk about somebody who's valuable. Give me an example of somebody who's valuable. Think about what I said. Powerful people can hire themselves and others. Valuable people work for powerful people. Name somebody who's valuable. This side right here. Name somebody. Just yell it out. Wow, it was too many people at once. Teachers. All right. Look, I used to be a teacher. I used to be a counselor. We have some of the best teachers in the world here at Green Run High School. Teachers are valuable because they help you bring out the best in you. They help you learn and do some other things that will allow you to become valuable. Now, here's the funny thing. Powerful people pass on power. Valuable people pass on value. Powerful people pass on power. Valuable people pass on value. People with little value, they pass that on too. So what you'll see when you see people that have little value is the people in their lives are often people with little value as well. And we want you to be valuable, and then we want you to be powerful. Next slide. And I want to show you how to do that. This is the reason I want you to be more powerful. Number one, we have folk returning. We have people who are returning from abusive relationships. We have people who are returning from jail. We have people who are returning from drug addiction. We have people who are returning from finding themselves in my family and possibly in yours. And if you know those people who are returning, you'll find out that when they get back, they have a hard time getting a really great, high-paying job. So we have people who are returning. Powerful people create and share power. Valuable people create and share value. And people with little value create and share little value. That's why I want you to be powerful. What are some reasons why you want to be powerful? Is anybody in here want to be powerful? I know I want that for you. Okay, why would you like to be powerful? So you can accomplish whatever you want. That's great. That's a really great example of why I want you to be and you want to be powerful. Next slide. But the important thing is, if we want to change our world, if we want to fix some of the things that are wrong, if you see something in the world that's not going right, you can't change it as a valuable person or a person with little value. You have to become powerful if you want to change those things. So there's something in your life that you want to change. There's something in your world you want to change. And the way you change it is by going to the next level. There's levels to this thing. I want you to go to the next level. So, if I just look at a couple of things, let's say if I want to be healthy, I start doing what healthy people do and I'll get there. All right? If I want to be healthy, I start doing what healthy people do and I get there. If I want to be attractive, I start doing what attractive people do and I'll get there. All right, what do attractive people do? They make sure everything is always looking nice. You know, they might get there. Yes. It will make you. The question was, if you ugly though, how can you make yourself attractive? All right, so let's deal with that. I'm glad you asked that question. And I'll wait till you calm down to answer. If you ugly though, if you start doing things that attractive people do, you'll become more attractive. I'm not going to say you're going to become the bomb, but you will become more attractive. True? True to a point. Why don't we stop there? It's true to a point. Because everything I'm talking about is not going to get you to the perfect extreme. It's going to get you better. You get that? You see what I'm saying? Different level. We're going to the different level. There's levels to this thing. You feel that? Okay. All right. So, as you can see on the screen, powerful people make things happen. Valuable people watch things happen. And people with little power like, what happened? I want you to be one of the people that make things happen. Next slide. And the way you can do that while you're in school is understanding that you don't understand everything right now. Let that marinate for a second. You don't understand everything right now. So you're saying to yourself, why am I taking this class? I ain't never going to use it. And then 20 years later, some of the things you learned in that class will be valuable to you. It'll make you a valuable person, and then you can become powerful. So, if we go back to second grade, there's something you learned in second grade that's helping you right now. But in second grade, you didn't feel that. You didn't think it was going to be helpful or valuable to you. Something you learned in kindergarten is serving you right now. And during that time period, it wasn't that important to you. So, if you can accept that you don't know the future and everything right now, and then you start working to make yourself valuable, influential, and then powerful, you'll be able to change the things in the world that you want to change. So, when it comes down to investing, powerful people invest first, they save second, and then they spend last. Now, when we see what we think are rich people on Instagram or on TV, we see them buying stuff and showing off stuff that they bought. But the thing that we don't see is they invested first, they saved second, and then they bought that thing. So, a person with low value, when they get their income tax check, it's this Christmas time. They going shopping, right? A person who's valuable is going to spend a little of it. They're going to save some of it, and they might think about investing. But a person who's powerful and rich, they're going to do something very different. And so what I want you to do is start looking at somebody who is powerful and start doing what they do. Next slide. That's how you get there. It's really simple. You just follow somebody's lead. You're already following somebody on, Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. I want you to follow somebody powerful and start doing what they do. When we look at education,
stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
What was that? You're going to be a better version of yourself if you follow somebody else. You got that? Let me give you an example. I want you to be yourself. When you were a toddler, you saw people walking and you started emulating that. And now you can walk, you can probably dance because you've seen somebody do it. And now you can even create your own dances. So modeling somebody doesn't make you a fake or a copy of them. It helps you become a better version of you. Does that make sense? I'm glad you asked that question because somebody else in here had that same question. So let's move on. That tells you about how people value education on the different levels. Some of you are thinking, man, this class is in the way. You're thinking like a person with little value. Let me let that set for a second. If you think to yourself, this class is in the way, it's not worth it, you're thinking like a person with little value. I want you to be powerful. Next slide. So, I want us to fix some of the things that are broken. And we live in America, and there are a lot of things that need to be fixed. There are a lot of things that need to be fixed in our families, in our communities, in our lives. You can become powerful, more powerful. You can move up on that next level if you start fixing those things that are broken. Next slide. So once again, this is concepts. Yoda was a great mentor. Now, Luke Skywalker didn't become Yoda, but he became a better version of himself. Going back to what the young lady asked earlier. Find somebody you can follow and do what they do. Because if you want to be healthy, do what healthy people do and you'll get there. If you want to be unhealthy, do what unhealthy people do and you'll get there or you'll stay there. One of the first things you can do is become a skilled and educated person. So everybody who's hired by powerful people either have skills or education. So for my sophomores, if you haven't looked at the ATC and VOTEC program, I highly encourage you to look at those programs, because once you walk off the stage 2 years from now, maybe 3 years from now if you're a freshman, if you can walk off that stage with a certification and a high school diploma, you're more powerful, you're more valuable, rather. You're more valuable to people who want to give you opportunity. You feel that? So, sophomores, if you haven't looked at the ATC and VOTEC programs, look at them. I'm not saying they're all for everybody, but I'm saying those people who walk off the stage with a certification and a high school diploma are valuable. Some of us hate history class. What do we study in history class? The history of powerful people in most cases. Most people that we encounter in history classes are powerful people. And powerful people always hold on, value, and uplift their history. And that means the good and the bad. So don't hide the things in your life that are bad. I failed some courses. That's bad, but I'm not going to hide that from you. I have a hard time reading. I do. I have to read things 3 times for them to make sense to me. I used to try to hide that. I don't hide that anymore. And because I'm not hiding and because I read things 3 times, I'm able to do some things that I wouldn't have done if I kept trying to hide it. Don't hide your history. Allow your history and your background to uplift you. Because of your history, somebody's going to say, I want that person to do this job. I want that person to have this opportunity because they overcame some challenges in their history. Next slide. So hold on and value your history because it will help you and it will make you a more valuable person. This is the interesting thing. Powerful people are always looking to uplift somebody. Powerful people are always looking to uplift and help somebody. So, always find opportunities to help somebody. Always take opportunities to make somebody's lives better. In doing those things, you'll move towards valuable to influential to powerful. Take every opportunity to help somebody. Now, don't be silly about it, but take those opportunities. And you want to start with the people you truly covet and love. Next slide. So, The last thing I want to say is your decisions will make who you are. Your decisions will make who you are. So if you decide not to do something, you'll either be blessed or you'll have to pay for it. If you decide to do something, you'll either be blessed or you'll have to pay for it. Now, everything that you want in life, you're really going to have to work for. I have a beautiful daughter. She's at Salem. When things get hard, I have to really coax her to push through some things. So if she had her way, the classes that are hard, she would stay away from them. Why? You understand why. However, those things that she takes on and we force her to complete and she accomplishes them, she becomes even better. And so whatever it is in your life that's challenging, I invite you to embrace the challenge. If you lift weights, you know that you have to lift things heavier and heavier and heavier to get stronger and stronger. And that's how it is with school. That's how it is with life. I want you guys to be powerful because we have a lot of problems in our country, and I think you guys can solve them if you become powerful, if you become influential. The first step, find somebody who's doing some big things. Follow them. Do what they do. Second step, fix your problems. And the third step, take on challenges. I want you to be powerful. The world needs you to be powerful. Your families need you to be powerful. Let's be powerful. Let's do some big things because you guys are stallions. You guys are stallions. Clap it up, stallions. Clap it up for yourselves. Clap it up for your school. Clap it up for your families. Clap it up for your future. You guys are going to do some great things. I see some very going to be powerful people in the room, and I'm glad to be one of them. You guys have a great day.
Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
Thank you, Mr. Varner. Can we have another round of applause for Mr. Varner?
Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
Stay conscious. Stay fly.
Stay fly, 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 stay fly.